In today's video, I'm going to share with you 15 mini mods that I cannot live without. These little guys have definitely packed quite a big punch in my everyday gameplay, and I wanted to share them with you. If you like these types of videos where I showcase mini mods in a collective showcase, let me know, because I've run across like dozens more, and I'm talking dozens, but I'm just going to show you my favorite few. For this showcase, we're going to be playing with my current household Sims, Amy and her boyfriend, Alex. They are going through a little bit of a rough patch. They recently just moved in, and they're kind of figuring out each other, and they're not 100% sure if their relationship is going to make it through the test of time, or their differences are just simply too much to bear. If you guys are interested in learning more about my current household, I did a current household video, which I will link down in the description. These next 4 mods are all by the same creator, and the name is Melcy. This first one is probably my all-time fave out of every single one on the list. It is called the Seat Sims Here in Steady Sit. I know I'm not the only one that struggles so hard with getting my Sims to behave and listen to what I am instructing them to do, so this mod provides that peace of mind in having your Sims sit exactly where you want them to with 0 chances of distraction, meaning if I have Amy sit in the sofa, she will not get up unless I instruct her to. The great thing about this mod is that it actually works at restaurants, and it even works by the pool. If I wanted Amy just to sit here, I would select Steady Sit, but if I wanted Alex and Amy to sit here, or multiple Sims to sit in a certain location, all I need to do is select Seat Sims Here, and then I would just click the Sims that I want to sit there, and they will mosey on over and sit down. And like I said earlier, even though Amy is hungry, she will not get up from this position unless I instruct her to. So in order to do that, you can just select leave seat, and then I can pick a Sim to leave the seat, or I could have both of them leave the seat, or if I was feeling super lazy, I could just cancel the interaction from the queue. These next 2 mods are a huge time saver, even though they are very similar to one another, and that is the ability to ask another Sim to clean and ask another Sim to clean the house. Amy just made a grilled cheese. I'm actually just going to drag that over to the table here. So for instance, our house is looking pretty trashed, our apartment, right? And so Amy needs a little bit of help. She needs a little assistance. What she can do is she can actually click on the object that she wants cleaned, or in this case, emptied, and then she can ask Alex to go and take out the trash. The only thing that I don't necessarily love is that everybody else who's around our area can also be asked. I mean, maybe if this works for you, that could also be a perk or a bonus, but for me, that's just kind of rather annoying. So I could ask Alex to get off his tush, stop playing those damn video games, and please, for the love of God, go take out the garbage, and Alex will get up and he will do exactly what he is told. Also, I could have him come over here and clean up like the sink too if I wanted, but because the apartment is in need of a good scrub, I could actually have Amy clean the entire house. So every object that is dirty needs to be cleaned or emptied, such as a tea maker or a coffee pot, for example, can be done underneath the clean house interaction. In addition to that, you could also ask another Sim to clean the house if you didn't want to do it. And basically all that you need to do is just select the Sim of your choosing, and then in their queue, a little icon called clean house will pop up, and then your Sim will get to scrubbing, hopefully with the intention of cleaning all of the dirty items within the home. Mod number 4 is another one of my absolute favorites. It is called the Ask to Eat and More. Basically, there's a main mod to this, and then there are several add-ons that you can pick and choose from just to give your Sim more options to play with. One of the main features that I love about this mod is the ability to grab food for another Sim. So for instance, maybe I wanted Alex to come over here and grab a serving of the garden salad for Amy. I could click Amy, then he'll go over and he'll actually just pick up a dish, and then watch this, you guys. He goes over to Amy and he gives it to her. Then it'll be in Amy's inventory, and then after she receives the serving, she'll go and sit down and actually start eating it. This interaction also works for drinks and single served items such as this garden salad, this coffee over here. The same thing kind of goes, and the option even extends to like the coffee makers, like tea brewers, and then I think like ice cream containers too. There's just like a bunch of different things. You'll definitely have to read up on it, but I really love the ability to call a Sim to grab a drink. I can't remember in what scenario I really wished this was a thing. I think I was either at somebody's house or they were at my house, and I had brewed a cup of coffee in hopes that we would both grab a cup and like sit down and catch up. So I feel like this mod is definitely going to help bridge that gap. There's also an add-on for this mod that I chose not to include into this video, but now in hindsight, I'm thinking I kind of want to add it in. It's called Failure Chance, and basically it gives the selected Sim an opportunity to refuse the food item based on quality, traits. Maybe they're like a vegetarian and you're trying to give them meat, and even in some circumstances, moods. And let me just reiterate, the mod was called Ask to eat, not ass to eat, because I just looked at the footage and I definitely sounded like I said ass to eat. And I know somebody's gonna be like, girl, did you say ass to eat? And just hee. No, I did not. Anyways, the next 7 mods are by my girl, Little Miss Sam, and the first one is no auto grab. Basically, when your sim cooks something, and I'm sure we all have been there, right? Like, say they're making some pre-mixed brownies or a nice meal, the little grubby hands will dive into the dish before you can even place it on the table. So my sim, Amy, she'll whip up these brownies and she will be very well disciplined and not even try to go in for a little test or taste after. It's a small mod, but I wanted to include it because I feel like this is just one of those things that like just irks me to no end. Watch, when she puts the brownies down, she'll leave them be. I love that. I know I'm not the only one who gets super aggravated when I have a bunch of leftovers in the fridge and then my sim goes and grabs like something random, like say it's dinner, right? And you just made perhaps, I don't know, maybe you made like some nice fish tacos earlier that evening with the intent of having them for dinner, and you're like, hey sim, go get some leftovers, and you have like multiple things in there, and then they grab some like gummy bear pancakes or something. Well, mod number 6 allows you to choose what leftover you want your sim to have. So for instance, I could have Amy grab some scrambled eggs with bacon, some grilled cheese, perhaps that garden salad that we had a little bit earlier, or even the pre-mixed brownies that she literally just made. I think this would be particularly useful if you were looking to maybe meal plan, prepare dinner in the morning so that when you came home from work it was readily available, or if you had like a large family, then you would have more control over the leftovers, you know, things like that. Has your sim ever been invited to lunch or dinner and then expected to foot the bill? Well, mod number 7 makes it so that if your sim was the one to be invited out for a little bite to eat, they are no longer responsible to pay the party's bill. Hey, I just need to get out of the house. Want to join me for dinner at the Shrieking Llama Diner? The crazy part is that it's 10 a.m. in the morning and Miko is claiming this is a dinner date. I do wish that it was actually a breakfast invite, but you know, it's not like the end of the world. So I have Miko and Alex sitting down, hopefully here. See, this is where that whole like sitting together seat sims here mod that I mentioned earlier really comes in handy, because I can actually have my sims sit down and listen and behave accordingly without the fear of them like getting up and running away, because like, let me tell you, nothing stresses me out more than that. And then I can have my sims order for the table. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let Alex and Miko enjoy their dinner. He should not be here with her right now. Like, honestly, if Amy knew, she would probably turn him into tiramisu. 2 hours later, our lunch has finally arrived. Heck, we almost did make it to dinner, so I guess that invite would in some way be accurate, but I think the bill was like 121 simoleons or something crazy like that. Obviously, we're not gonna pay it because we are broke like no joke. But once my sims are finished enjoying their food, all I need to do is just end the restaurant visit, and then I won't have to pay anything. A notification did pop up, however, and it says, thank you for coming. I had a really good time. Mod number 8 is super simple, but I'm sure a lot of you will find it useful. It is the longer distance call over mod, and essentially what it allows you to do is call a sim over from a longer distance. It's literally in the name. So Alex is like all the way over here in the woods, and I want you to check this out. So if I wanted to come over and call the group over, which is just Miko and, you know, Alex, I can't do that because the sim is too far away. But because I have this mod installed, I can still call Miko over. I was hoping I'd be able to show you this mod in game, but I haven't been playing my save long enough for it to occur yet. But mod number 9 is called Claim All the Things. Basically, it adds a single shift click claim option to certain objects, which is helpful to remove and move dropped items by NPCs. The option has been added to nesting blocks, food single servings, food multi-servings, toddler drinks, tablets, homework, books, fertilizer for cottage living, and those gifts that animals, dogs, etc. can also find. Up until this point, getting a sim to leave the lot was actually pretty time consuming. You would need to select every single sim, ask them to leave, or use MC Command Center to get them to leave. But with this mod by Little Miss Sam, all you need to do is just click a door, any door, it doesn't matter, and then select force to leave. So you can choose everyone but employees to leave, or you can actually select up to 100 sims to leave the lot. If you've watched my current household, then you already know Alex is a little bit of a geek, a little bit of a gamer, a little bit of a nerd. So this final mod by Little Miss Sam, I definitely think speaks to his soul. It's called the Sims loot box. Think of like the 1-up boxes that I used to review here on the channel, or like Loot Crate, something along those lines. So it's a subscription that you can actually find via the home app. You'll be hit with this prompt that will help you activate your subscription. So it says, activate your Sim loot box subscription for only 49 simoleons per box. You'll receive your Sims loot box every Monday via the mail. Alex has successfully registered for the Sims loot box. He'll receive his first Sims loot box soon. It has been a very long 2 Sim days. I mean, look, Alex has got like a full-fledged freaking beard. Monday is officially here, and I'm hoping our Sims loot box is also in the mail. So let me go and have Alex take a peek really quick. And then if we look at our inventory, we do have some bills, and our bills are $450. Of course, we can't afford that. Thankfully, Amy's at work, so hopefully she'll bring home the bacon. But here is our little Sim loot box. We have a couple options with the Sims loot box. The first option is to mail back the package, and if we do this, we won't be charged the 49 simoleons, but our subscription is still active. Or we can open the nature Sims loot box. Okay. I wonder if there's like different themes for every Sims loot box. I'm sure that there is. So we're gonna open it and see what's inside. Okay, so what did we get? We got some flour. Okay, we also got a glow orb, some more flour, which is actually great for Alex, some elderberry, some muckleberry, then we got a firefly and a volume 3 book on gardening. As you can clearly see, this does work with custom content because I currently have base Mentalin, but if I wanted to like tally up all of these items, how much is it worth? Oh, okay. So the total value of this box is 284 simoleons. Not bad. Feeling happy from receiving a Sims loot box, Alex has opened his weekly Sims loot box. It feels like Christmas each time. How exciting. The next 3 mods are all by Scumbumbo. The first one is Don't Wash Your Dishes Where You Angry Poop. The title is pretty self-explanatory. Basically, this mod will allow you to control where your Sims wash their damn dirty dishes, because if you guys are experiencing the same thing I am, which I think a lot of us are, if there's a mod for it, my Sims will always wash their freaking dishes in the bathroom, and I don't understand why. I don't get what it is. Like, it is closer to wash it in the kitchen than the bathroom, but for some reason they favor the freaking bathroom. So with this mod, you're actually able to disable dishwashing in any sink that you choose, and then you can re-enable it if you've decided that it's an appropriate place to wash your dishes. There's also some other settings here that you can explore, but the main gist of it is just being able to control where the hell your Sims wash their dishes. Mod number 13 is quickly becoming another favorite of mine. So it is called the Call Anytime, and it means anytime. Like, you can call your Sim day or night, and typically when you would call a Sim past like the hours of 9 o'clock or something around those lines, or like before 6, I knew that for sure, they would be like, what do you want? Like, I'm sleeping. Well, now you can call them around the clock 24/7, and then when you actually do have a conversation with that Sim, the conversation will go on for longer, and you will also build relationships with that Sim. So right now, starting off the bat, we're at a level 35. As we continue to have this conversation with Miko, our relationship bar will keep growing, which I love. Now we're already at 37, so it's not too like overpowering per se, but I just love that it adds like realistic phone calls to the equation. Alex is literally gripping onto his motives with his bare ass cheeks right now. Like, they're all freaking negative and like in the red and orange. Anyway, the last mod by Scumbumbo can be found on the computer. It is called Buy Some Lotto Ticket, and you can play in like, I think 4 different styles. So basically it allows you to pick your lottery numbers. So you can choose 3 numbers, 4, 5, or even 6 for that matter. I like to pick 3. It's about 50 simoleons per ticket, whereas like the official Sims lottery is like, what, $100 a ticket, and then it only comes like around, you know, every now and again. It's very like random, I think. I don't actually know how that works, to be honest, but I do know for 100% fact I've personally never freaking won. So I think it's a gimmick. I really do. If you've won, let me know in the comments down below, but I've never ever freaking won. So with the Sim Lotto, you have to type in the number of your choice. Yeah, you You actually have to put a little bit of thought into it. Now, you can also just hit, 0 and have the game pick for you if you want to completely leave it up to chance. But because I'm feeling a little lucky, why don't I just choose a couple numbers? So I'm going to choose 6 space 2 space and then 4. Your picks were 2, 4, and 6. The numbers drawn were 17, 19, and 20. You didn't match any of the numbers, so I just lost 50 simoleons. I hate to say it, but I'm addicted. Now I'm picking 6 different numbers, and we can choose anything from like 1 to 28. So I picked 25, 15, 18, 19, 4, and 8. You didn't match any numbers. Why am I not shocked? The last and final mod on this list was actually recommended to me by you guys. It is called the No Loud Noisy Neighbors mod by Boss Lady. Essentially, in the current household for this family, I was complaining about how my neighbors were so rude, and it was actually one of the qualms that I had about apartment living. Although really realistic, it was just becoming super annoying and super intrusive. And so y'all were just dropping this mod and just suggesting it to me, and let me just tell you, well, thank you, because honestly, it's been such a pleasure to live here. Well, I guess that pretty much wraps it up for this mini mod showcase. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, you know what to do, boo. Don't forget to go ahead and comment, rate, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below where the sun doesn't shine, and I will see you all next time.